Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April, moving into early May 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aries collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do you got for us? What do you have for the Rams in late April, moving into early May? Aries season, alas, is over, my friends, but I hope everyone had a great birthday. But yeah, we're going to see what energies, messages, insights we could take a peek at. And we're just going to pull one real quick card here just to see what's going on. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Aries collective before we get into this full reading, please. I feel like we got to do another shuffle, so I'm going to do it. You know how I roll. Well, let's get this card out here. What do we got for our good friends? Nice and quick. There we go. So the energy itself, it's a little charged up, my good friends, but hey, this isn't an energy that most Aries shy away from. And again, for those of you that are cross watchers, I mean, there's just a lot of oomph to this card. There's a lot of pizzazz, so to speak, right? Like it can be an aggressive card. It reminds me of the Chariot. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So as you can see, we have this powerful, divine, feminine looking figure, and it's like she's wearing some sort of battle armor, pointing right to the horizon. To me, this is just filled with determination and full steam ahead type of energy, which I think is great. So this is an energy archetype that I usually link very well with Aries, right? It's passion, it's drive, it's motivation, it's action. And yeah, it does have the Chariot vibe. Now, for some Aries, you might be looking towards the future, towards the horizon when this card is here. That's a little archetype we could pick up as well, where it's like, all right, I'm not looking too much at the past, not worrying about the current circumstance, what's coming. That's the big thing with this card, and that could be great. So normally, to me, this is good. It has a lot of push behind it. So if you've been feeling stuck or anything, this is a great energy to have. However, when it comes to anything that's too overly fiery, like this energy could be a little volatile, a little pushy. Sometimes this could be aggressive. So again, I'm not saying you're doing it. Maybe someone around you is being a little too pushy for your liking, right? But I think it's very good for an Aries reading. So I like it, especially if you're embodying this. It's very, very high energy. So we're going to let it chill right there. I mean, unless you're feeling low energy, this could be a good bounce back. But let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Aries gang. What do we got in late April, moving into early May? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So, talk about fiery energy. The same thing was kind of all over the reading last week. The reading was titled An Explosive Breakthrough. So, again, a lot of push, a lot of fire, a lot of action. So, that's great. So, again, for those of you that have been a little low energy or feeling zapped or something may have been bothering you, what I was seeing last week was something actually picking up a lot of steam and pushing through. So, whether it's situations, problems, or just general energy levels, I like the uptick I was seeing last week. And again, breakthroughs could come in a lot of different ways, whether it's work and career or personal relationships or even like aha, eureka moments, right? But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Aries gang. What do we got? Cool. 9 of Pentacles. That's usually a very good card, but that's the opposite of what we have here with the Oracle. Now, the Oracle is all about action and forward push. The 9 of Pentacles, to me, is usually a card that feels very comfortable and content, right? It's like, to me, it's an energy of the comfort zone. Let's get a couple more here. It's a good start. Yeah, here we go. We got the beautiful Queen of Wands. I knew we were going to get a little bit of fire here. Would it be an Aries reading without a little bit of fire? Give it one more, my friends. What do we got? Okay, 7 of Swords. Yeah, this is, I would say, if there's an area we really want to target and keep an eye on, it would be the 7 of Swords. But again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I always like to look at the elements because I feel like it frames the reading and it shows us how the energy is going to be flowing. And we have a pretty good mixture. Most of this energy, Aries is pretty comfortable with. We have earth, fire, and air. Specifically, these two elements are a great vibe match with Aries. Now, when it comes to Earth, that represents the material world. So it could represent security, stability, inner stability, all that good stuff, daily routine, day to day life. It's a very slow, steady, moving type of vibe. It could represent work, career, projects that we're working on. Love Earth, home, family. So we think of the world around us, right? The downside to Earth energy is sometimes it could feel stuck. Sometimes it could be a little dry or monotonous. So watch out for boredom in this time. In the middle, we have fire. That's the Aries power element. That's Aries comfort zone. So I really like this here. And I always say fire is the realm of action. So whether it's the actions we take, the actions other people take, the actions we want to take, think of energy levels, vitality, health and wellness. That's a big thing here when we have a lot of fire. So it's that push that we've been seeing ever since last week. So I think it's good. But the only downside to too much fire, can you guess it? I'm sure you can. It could be volatile. It could be a little explosive. So we want to watch out, especially going from earth to fire. That's like a really quick pickup in business. Now, right here on the back end, we have air. Again, another element that works very well with Aries. This is more of like the logical, pragmatic mindset, mind state, uh, strategy planning, receiving information. That's always a big thing when it comes to air. Also, communication. The downside to air is sometimes it could be cold and detached. So you see what I mean? We have like a nice little mixture, and these could be different things in situations. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we're starting with the Nine of Pentacles. Nice. All right. So I usually like an action card in the beginning, but I'll take this. And we see this lovely lady. It's like she's standing in her garden. She has her pet bird and she's just chilling. To me, this is a card of wins, victories, triumphs. So I always say, wow, all right, this is great. It's a very independent energy where it's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Or I don't need any help. Like, I got this. So there's an entrepreneurial edge to this. It's like a solo player, right? Like I think this can be a very good type of vibe. Now, again, we have the wins and victories. It's great for material world abundance and it's stable. But the downside with this card can be complacency, right? I remember I was saying this is a card that's representing comfort. So when we go from this to the Queen of Wands, it could be stepping out of the comfort zone, switching something up, changing things. Because this card is so comfortable that it's like, I'm all right. I'm fine with this how it is. Not saying that you're being complacent. The Nine of Pentacles can also sometimes get a little stuck. So that's something we want to watch out for as we move through the reading. And there is a really, really big vibe switch within the energy that we want to definitely keep an eye on as we move through the reading. Because in the center, we have the beautiful Queen of Wands. Now, this is an Aries power card. Remember, it's not gender specific. So, in my simplistic style, it can represent you, something that's coming towards you, a way you might be feeling. Could be another fire sign. So, Aries, Leo, Sag. But queens represent the internal aspect of the suit. And we did go into some depth about the Queen of Wands, right? Or the wand suit in general. So the queen, to me, she is fired up. This is a card of confidence. It's sexy. It's attractive. It's magnetic. So I really like this Queen of Wands because it's like I look great and I feel even better. This is a card that I do tie into aesthetics and looks as well. So for some areas, maybe you're changing something about your look or something about how people perceive you could be very important with the Queen of Wands. Now, the downside with her, this could represent a lack of confidence, depending on what clarifies it. So I'm not sure if something's going on where you're like, I don't know about this, or I don't know how I feel. There could be a lot of doubts when it comes to this Queen of Wands. So we do want to take a little peek at her. And of course, the explosive type of energy. When we go from the Nine of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands, that is a big, big vibe shift, big vibe shift or change or action. So we do want to take a peek at that closer. Now, moving to the very back end, we have the Seven of Swords. If there's anywhere in this spread that I really want to keep a close eye on, it's with this one. So we see our friend here. He's got his little fez hat on. He's making away with all the swords. This isn't an inherently bad card, but it's one that should raise eyebrows and get a little attention, right? Now, in its most positive sense, this card can represent just mystery, the unknown, things that are off our radar. So again, with this questioning, like, I don't know how I feel about this, or I don't know what's coming up. The Seven of Swords can also fill with doubts and unsure, unease. So it's odd how we go from like this very secure, stable energy to one that's like very, very skeptical when we get here on the back. The big downside, and again, it could just be mystery or something that's not on the radar, but the Seven of Swords isn't the most trustworthy energy. This could represent people that have certain secret motives. It could represent secrecy, um, thieves, liars. And again, I don't want to go like too high on the spectrum here. I'm just trying to give you an overall view of what the cards represent. And then again, with the fire air combination here on the back end, this is the spot where we really want to watch out because there's multiple areas of tension here. Right? Like when we switch from the 9, which can be a winner victory, to the Queen, we're feeling good here, but I want to see what's up there. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aries. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Aries, gang? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that 9 of Pentacles. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, let's get that 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Nice. All right. I mean, the Tower in reverse, of course, towers can represent shock. But when they show up in reverse, that's the way we want to receive it. And remember what I was saying about the 9 of Pentacles in particular. It could represent stability, complacency, day-to-day, monotony. So when I see the Tower in reverse underneath it, it's like, oh yeah, this is very predictable. Or the way this person's moving, or the way this situation is acting, there's just something about it that's very predictable. So don't be surprised if something, an event, an action, a shift or energy happens, and it's like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. It's like, yeah, I already knew. I don't know why that's coming through. Now, the Tower could be big Scorpio vibes. In the upright, it is complete and total shock. So again, underneath the 9 of Pentacles, if this was in the upright, I would be a little more concerned. But when I see it in reverse, either it's an energy that's like extremely predictable, where it's like you could set your watch to it, or a situation that's very predictable. And to me, it's like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Like I knew this was coming, but it doesn't feel bad to me. I feel like there's a good predictability to it. Best case scenario, the 9 of Pentacles with the Tower in reverse, that could be like a shocking victory or win, or a shift of energy that actually works in your favor, because I'm not getting upheaval here in the front. So I'm liking this for the most part. I do like the predictability, but remember what I was saying, we got some pressure points throughout the rest of the reading. Let's keep moving. Let's see what the Queen of Wands has. That'll really tell us, like, is this a win? Is this just day-to-day predictability? Yeah, there could be certain things or situations where it's like, yeah, I knew. Like, this thing is routine. It always does the same thing. It always acts the same way. Let's go in on the Queen. Why is the Queen here, please? Yeah. Yeah, and remember I said it very early in the beginning when we pulled the Oracle. We got the Chariot, said this feels like the Chariot, so we combine the Queen of Wands with the Chariot in the upright. All right, Aries, in this time, and listen, I know as an Aries myself that we don't have the best reputation regarding patience, right? A lot of people say like, oh, Aries has no patience at all. Not true. We could be very patient depending on the situation. But when I see the Queen of Wands with the Chariot, this is an energy that's like, nope, nope. It's like taking very quick, explosive action. So similar to like what I've been feeling the whole entire reading, where it's like, yeah, very firm, very predictable, and then boom. So I would say in this time, if that's not you, there could be certain individuals that, boom, make an action, make a move, pop up out of nowhere, where it's like, this one's very predictable, but then this one is extremely, extremely reactive. So in the good sense, if something pops up, I'm tackling it quick. I'm jumping on the problem. I'm not letting it fester. I'm not letting it wait. That's the really good aspect of this. The difficult one is that it's an energy that completely comes out of left field. So again, whether it's explosive action or a situation in and of itself, I mean, when we get the Tower, Chariot, Queen of Wands surrounding this, it's like things that, boom, just go off the handle. So for a lot of Aries in this time, either you might take care of business rather quickly, or this energy just, boom, quick. It's so out of the blue. But now the Chariot itself, it can represent distance, travel, modes of transportation, but it's determined. And I'm not getting a bad energy here. I know a lot of Aries could be going through a lot of different things, and I know the word explosive sounds a little intimidating, but if there's any sign that could work with this energy, it would be Aries. Like, to me, it's like something pops up, I handle it quick. I take action quick. I don't wait. So we're going to keep moving. I think it's good. for the most part, unless this is a very reactive individual you're dealing with. Then I would be a little cautious about it, right? Because this energy is just calm, predictable, trying to keep the peace, and then this one's like, boop, one little thing, and it jumps. Let's go in on the Seven of Swords. Let's see what's up with that, because that's what's really been catching my attention since the beginning. But let's see why the Seven of Swords is here. Then we'll do a quick recap for Aries. Yeah, your patience might be a little thin with this situation, or in general. So just something to make note of, right? Like very low tolerance for BS is what I'm picking up in the center. Okay. Yeah, so we have the Two of Cups in the upright underneath this Seven of Swords. Very interesting combination of energy, because initially you would be like, oh, that's not good, right? Like the Two of Cups is generally partnerships, people that we're close to. Um, when I see the Seven of Swords, just especially with what I was seeing here about the action, there could be certain individuals are connected to, and it's funny that I was mentioning predictability here in the front. There's this energy where it's like something feels different. Something is different. You're acting a little different. Someone could be moving a little differently. So in this time, like things like that could be catching your attention. So again, whether it's a friend, coworker, family member, it's like there's a subtle change in this person's energy, and I'm not sure if I should be concerned or not. That's how it feels. Now, I don't think so for the most part. I do feel like for a lot of Aries, this energy could play out very well. But Seven of Swords with the Two of Cups, in the best case scenario, could just be someone acting different. So it's funny we see like all this action right here in the center, and now the Seven of Swords. I was also saying like this could be a person popping up out of the blue. So keep your eyes open. Seven of Swords, Two of Cups. It's like, where did you come from? I don't know why it's coming through like that. Like, where did this person come from? Like, I wasn't expecting to see this person or meet this person or whatever it is. It's like someone that seems to just materialize. It's very peculiar to me. I don't think it's bad. So, again, for some Aries, there might be individuals coming into your experience in this time, like kind of out of the blue, especially with the action we see in the middle. I don't feel like this is saying like, hey, there's someone that you shouldn't trust. I mean, if we read the strict meanings, the Seven of Swords, Two of Cups, that's not the most trustworthy. But I'm not feeling that intuitively. But you could take it for what it's worth. Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. If you kindly look in the box, very intriguing mixture here this week, Aries. But here in position number one, we have the Nine of Pentacles with the Tower in reverse. There's something about this that is very routine, very predictable. For some of you, yeah, could it be a shocking winner victory? Absolutely. But to me, it's like, yeah, I knew that. I already knew that, or I knew that was coming. So I think that's great. But then it switches as we get to the middle. We have the Queen of Wands with the Chariot in the upright, explosive action or a situation. So if whether it's like I see a problem, I fix a problem, or I'm quick to act, or I have very low patience. Like this energy doesn't wait to really think something over. There's a spontaneity to it. So watch out with that with situations. And here on the back end, I have the Seven of Swords with the Two of Cups in the upright. This could be someone popping up out of the blue, like, where the hell did you come from? It's like this person materialized out of nothing. But I also got this vibe of someone maybe acting a little different. So whether it's a friend, family member, or coworker, it's like, it's not major, but something seems off here. And then we tie it in with the action. So just keep your head on a swivel. Please take a screenshot if you want. Look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Aries, gang. What do we got? And yes, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got? Nice and quick. Thank you. Cool. Queen of Cups, beautiful. So yeah, people everywhere, right? Now the Queen of Cups could be a water sign you're connected to, so Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I like the Queen of Cups. Normally she represents the emotional state. So remember I was saying queens represent the internal. Queen of Cups, that's the emotional suit. So it's like a double down of feelings and emotions. So in this time, the positive thing about her, very creative, very expressive. So getting those creative juices flowing is a very good thing when this shows up in the shadows, because you might have a lot of ideas that are like eureka moments. But the downside to the Queen of Cups, sometimes she could feel stuck in her feelings. Sometimes she could feel something and suppress it, suppress it. So for some Aries, you might be a little more prone than usual to try to push something down or ignore it. So keep that in mind with the Queen of Cups here, but she can be a very good vibe. We're going to let her chill right there, my friends. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The April subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the April subscriber surprise, we're doing a nice winner's choice once again. At the end of the month, I will choose 3 lucky subscribers to either win their choice of the Gilded Tarot Royale or one of the custom made crystal pendants from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So, winner's choice. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, you can let me know down in the comments, how much do you know about the meanings of tarot cards? Are you an expert reader? Are you a beginner, intermediate? Do you know a lot? Do you know a little? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my posts tab. YouTube changed it. And yeah, that's where it'll be, my friends. Much love, and I'll talk to you soon.